Hello everyone, this is Philip from the NDP group here again. This one is based on an article. This video will be on an article I read yesterday in the mail. The BC NDP screening leadership for candidates internet-wise. Candidates head out internet embarrassment. I'll first read you what I wrote about this. Let me just get to my This whole story smells of 1984, the book from Orson Welles. Handling over passwords and logins. What do these people think they are? If some jackass wants my login, I would tell them where to go, and not so nice words, even if that person was the anointed one, Barack Obama. Never give my login information to any asswipe, and if I have projects that require work with others, like this one, I set up a new account with different login information so that we all can upload or post data on the site or other sites like YouTube, etc. The NDP are starting to come across as more communist by the day with crap like this. That's what I wrote. A lot of, I have one coming up that it's going to be interesting for a lot of you guys, truly. Especially that huge Toyotas, which I just love that. I'm not a fan of Toyota in general. They make good cars, but I'm not a big fan of them. Yeah, it's kind of. Somebody said one guy, the NDP guy, big guy there, Mo something, was a lawyer, was disbarred. That's all I can remember from it. I'm just trying to find it here. Right now. Say anything. But a lot of it is they're trying to cut off the internet embarrassment. So Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and all this. Would you give your passwords out to somebody? I'm asking this. Would you? I know I wouldn't. Like I already said, I don't. I would never give a password out to anybody. Just security reasons. Personally, I'm very security conscious online, so I've firewalled everything on the computer. Done everything I can for security purposes. My internet connection is supposedly a 128-bit encryption. Supposedly. That's Bell Canada, and we all know how Bell Canada is. They're not the greatest for that. You can't rely on their equipment. If you ask me. But yeah, it's actually I'll read the article, just in case you guys don't read the whole mail. Have you left a cringe-inducing impression on YouTube? Ever made intemperate remarks on a blog? Would all your tweets bear public scrutiny? BC NDP leadership hopefuls must hand over the keys to their social media accounts, their usernames and passwords in a special questionnaire as the party aims to head off any embarrassments. The 23 question disclosure statement asks potential candidates to bear any legal troubles, past political affiliations, or disagreements with party policy, any instance that could be considered politically controversial. And you know what? I like controversy. Controversy is good for the country. Well, it may not be good for the party, but it's maybe good for the country as a whole. It lets people know there's something going on. That's how I look at it. But its sweeping demands for access to any social media activity has taken some candidates aback. No shit, Sherlock. It would take me back. I'll tell you, fuck you. Straight up. Like I said, I'm not very politically correct. I speak what's on my mind. That gets me shit in hot water a lot of times. So, yeah. Especially the Indian guys, the Indian Pakistani guys. For some reason I see they don't like it too much when you tell them straight up what the fuck's wrong. Some fucking reason for that. It's crazy. Do you currently have previously authored a blog? Please send all previous or existing blogs. Do you have a personal website or blog to any social networking sites such as Facebook? Do you have a Twitter account? Are there any photos or videos of you on YouTube or similar sites? Are there any photos or comments about you or by you or on somebody else's sites? The party is also demanding access to material that would-be candidates have posted in private forums. Do you have any social media sites have material behind privacy settings? Please for details include site URL and your username and password for all social networking sites to which you belong. The 17-page disclosure allows party executives the right to reject any candidate they deem unfit. It asks sweeping and cover all basic questions such as, is there any matter in which you are involved with his may result in accusation of impropriety or illegality, or incident which, if disclosed, could cause embarrassment to you or the BC New Democratic Party. Well, you're NDP. You already caused embarrassment to the party. Into the country, the province, wherever it is. Michael Roy, spokesman for the party, would not comment on the confidential questionnaire shortly after priorities to the NDP were made, but the low male candidates received a terse email from the party brass complaining about the lead. And they're calling Steve Harper secretive? What a joke. They're even worse. Today, none of the 6 declared candidates have been approved by the party. They must hand over a $15,000 non-refundable deposit and a list of signatures from at least 250 party members with representation from at least 6 of the province's 8 regions. Daniel Larson, the marijuana reform activist who had to step down as a federal NDP candidate in 2008 over association with illegal drugs, called the questionnaire intrusive. Mr. Larson has left a wide footprint in social media like YouTube and has featured consuming drugs videos for Pot TV's weekly Weedy Wednesday Smoke Fest with Daniel Larson. It seems between the party executives that were stepping their bounds, no shit there. He said, however, he intends to complete the screening documents. Everyone has got things in the past that would be embarrassing. He said, I feel I qualify as a candidate. And you do. Honestly, I agree with him. I don't care what your personal background is what you can do for the country now, or the province now. Not what you did in the past. The past is history. Okay? So, Mr. Larson was just one of 3 candidates the federal NDP shed during the 2008 election campaign because internet-based embarrassments. In the 2009 BC elections, the provincial NDP spent $50,000 upgrading its vetting process for candidates. As a result, the federal lessons learned. But candidate Ray Lamb's racy Facebook photos eluded the net, and he had to step down. Adrian Dix, a 2-term NDP MLA considered a front-runner in the race, said he regards everything he's posted on as part of the public record. The message on social media is made it is public domain. You have to understand that what you say can be reported later, he said. I don't have any really issue with that. Okay. Sorry if I quickly went through that. I'll tell you straight now. Anything like this sounds so Orwellian to me. It's unbelievable. You know what? You don't deny Canada. Like, you know, when I apply for work, when I was applying for work, I always look for something. I look for work that I have potential to do a good job at. Worked at Bell, worked at Air Canada, worked at a few other companies. Did a contract for WestJet. And you know what? I was hired based on my educational and work experience. I know, plus, well, WestJet, the WestJet job, that job at cleaning aircraft, exterior aircraft, the aircraft, because I had mechanical maintenance background, I had all that background, and all that time around aircraft, so I was kind of more knowledgeable than the rest of the guys. More as like boss when it comes to aircraft. So I basically, after I learned the job, I was basically assigned to the training department, training the new guys. I had my own procedures I followed. I always follow my own procedures. I don't follow company procedures. They don't work for me. Doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me. I don't follow. I follow my own procedures. I have my own standards I follow. I have to live by. From being a mechanic, being a wrench, work on different aircraft. I mean, to me, it's simple. You fuck up, airplane crashes, you're screwed. That's how I look at it. So I make sure everything was done perfectly. You rush me, before I can check something, I get very cranky, very miserable, very fast. A few guys at WestJet basically didn't like how I chewed them out. Okay, because they're going too fast. Like, you know what? But most of the guys, they're like, well, man, this guy's good. He knows what he's talking about. He can talk. He talks to us in our own language. So I mean, it's a communication issue a lot of times in these places, in companies with contracts like that, employment. But with this, it's so bloody ridiculous, so bloody communistic. Sorry, I made a new word up there, but so very socialist, commie type mindset the NDP have. The problem with this, they're not going to avert problems. They're going to create more problems. They embarrass themselves by having this brought out in the open. This selection process brought out in the open. Can't be this very. I mean, I agree. Yeah, you have to be selective with who you take, but you don't need to be that invasive in their personal lives. It's public record. Who cares? I mean, if you look at Helena Gurgis, MP, House MP in my riding right now, where I'm living right now, I support her. I like her. She comes across as a decent person. She's made some bad choices, namely her husband. I don't like her husband that much. But that's my opinion. But I think highly of her as a very intelligent person. Overall, people say, "Oh, she's stupid," all this. No, she isn't. She's smarter than you think. I mean, like her assistants, her staff, it could be constituents writing in. You never know. They could live in Simcoe Grit. So that problem is right there. To me, it was a non-issue. But her outburst at the airport PEI with Air Canada, I had to laugh at. I thought that was funny. I used to work at Air Canada, so I know how she felt that day. So I kind of give her slack there. But she tried to get Air Canada flight sometimes is a bitch and a half. A fucking pain in the ass. Yes, me. And I know the industry, and it's a pain in the ass for me, and I know what to do and all this crap, and it's still a pain in the ass. So I can understand her where she's coming from there. I mean, I remember years ago, well, 13, 14 years ago, having to fly from Toronto to Fredericton around Christmas time. So we had to stop on our flight was delayed from Toronto being to Montreal. The plane was already boarded in Montreal. Our transfer, basically, or our connecting flight was already boarded. On the tarmac, waiting to start up in taxi, waiting for us. Our flight was late. So, and we get to Fredericton Airport. This is after that Air Canada flight went off the runway in Fredericton 97. So everybody survived the crash, and guess what? Bombardier 65 CLs went straight up, which is what I like to see. Good aircraft, very great aircraft, very comfortable, very quiet aircraft. But we made our flight, we got there. Security was amazing. You have soldiers, you kind of feel more comfortable when you have soldiers close by. I don't know, it's just been me. I always feel around soldiers. I know I'm safe when I see soldiers close by. But on this issue, I think the NDP is in the wrong here. Like, they're in the wrong on 95% of the issues, in my opinion. 5% of the time, they're right. I agree with them. The other 95% of the time, I can't stand their position. Their position can be stupid. But here, NDP, here's a piece of advice. Lighten up. I guarantee you half your party leaders' heads have something very embarrassing on Facebook, YouTube, wherever. So don't feel bad. Don't be hypocritical. Back off. Simple as that. Back the fuck off. Okay, thank you everybody for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.